Hi, welcome to Apache Hadoop 3x course. I'm Abhishek Sakuja from UpDegree, and in this video we are going to take a look what are some of the fundamentals of Linux environment. Why we are doing this? First of all, because when we go on to Hadoop environment, which is completely based on Linux, so definitely you should know these fundamentals. However, I would recommend that you should go and learn more Linux basic commands. So because every time you're working in the Hadoop environment, you need those commands. So when we started with the last video, we brought up the virtual machine. You must see this box over here which says that installation is complete. You need to restart the computer in order to use the new installation. So you click over here, restart now. Once it is restarting, hit one time enter and your machine will come up like the one that we have seen in the previous session, a machine which was already up and running. So therefore I took this a screenshot of our Hadoop 3x M2 lab so that you can see that yes, you have to restart it. So what exactly is CLI? So this is what we are going to work on. I hope most of you have already heard there is a CLI command that we need to work on Linux environment or Mac environment, or even the when you're working on Windows, the CLI is always helpful for programmers. So CLI is your command line interface. Now this is where you're gonna type some commands and you are going to send it as input to the system. So this is your send type commands. Then once you send the command, there will be an output that will be displayed, and the output will be displayed on the screen itself. So this is your display text output. So in the text format, you're gonna see that what is the output of that command that you have typed. This is a shell or an interpreter, right? The first time the Unix has been used as a Thomson shell in 1971, and the most common shell type we have is called as bash, which is your born again shell. Now this is everywhere when you're going to go and write a shell programming, the bash is the one that you're going to do. But however, there are other as well. One is the dash, which is getting more popularity, and there are lots of different features in dash which is related to Debian shell. But the problem is there is not much compatibility between the bash and the dash, so people are still working on bash. However, yes, with the new environment people are working with dash as well. But there are also other KSH is another type of shell that you can work and write your program. So that's what the CLI is. Now what we are going to do, we are going to first of all look at what is the basic syntaxes that normally we are going to use in the Linux environment. So you can see over here there are three commands, which is and the first is your command, the second is your option, that what you would like to mention, and third is the actual argument. We're gonna try these commands on our machine itself. However, what I will do is I will first of all show you that if you are using a Mac, you do not really need to work on this command, open your VirtualBox and then do it. You can easily work out with your Mac system as well. For Windows users, what they can do, there is also a way that they can install the Linux environment in their own. For example, Ubuntu 16 or Ubuntu 18, they can also load into Windows, go to the store, download the Ubuntu bash, right, and you just click on that, install it, and just get started with a command line of Ubuntu. So you really don't have to go and start with virtual machine to run these commands. However, we will also see that in the virtual environment, virtual machine as well, that how these commands look like. So let me go and open my, let's have this, my command line. I will just change it a bit. Okay, so it becomes colorful. Let us go to the upgrade folder, and then we have some command line basics. Then we'll go to the, oh, it's fine being over here. So what do we have? We have let me see if I've created the file needle. No. Okay, it's fine. So the first thing that we are looking in this is ls. Ls is just a listing. So if I type ls, it will just list whatever I have on my system, right? And then there are more options, like one of the options is given this list over here, and if I say lh, and then I can type whatever the directory I have, right? Say about if I have a directory over here which is same, let's do the same, user bin, and it will just going to list me every other file which you can see in your this user bin directory, right? And it is going to list, there are different options how you can list, or how you know that what are the commands that we have in the listing. You can just do something called man, which is your manual ls, and there you can find all the description about what are the different commands that you can use, right? For example, if you have used h, So when used with L option, use unit suffix bytes, kilobytes, megabytes, gigabytes. So therefore, when I went there and run this command, you can see that the size, I will just go through at later stage what exactly all these things are when you're listing a file, why not just a file, why we have so many information over here. So you can see that the file bytes has been given in kilobytes. The size has been given in kilobytes just because I use this H over here, which is going to convert into the kilobytes, megabytes, or gigabytes, depending on the file. Then we have a sort hyphen u user.text. So again, if I want to write a command, I will just say sort. There are some options which you can do with help, but here it will show you that what is the usage of this in this format. But when we are going to work on the Linux environment, it is a little bit different. So if I say sort, say we have readme file over here, readme.md in the current directory. If I do sorting, it will just try to sort all the data which is in your file. Say about like if there are 10 lines and each line is with some different alphabetical order, then it will just try to make sure that it will sort them in an alphabetical order. Along with that, if you see that there is an option which I can use as -u, if I use that, that becomes my unique. So anything which is unique in this file, it is actually going to show you in that unique options. So if I go inside my exercise, I think here we have some files. Let's say we have poem.txt. Okay, so if I take poem.txt and do a sort -u, it is just going to sort everything and make it unique because I gave sort with a unique. And then finally we have another command, which is a grep -needle haystack, which is what exactly the grep do. The grep is a kind of find command wherever you would like. So we are going to talk about the grep in the later session, but here is just to show you that the grep is, you don't need to worry about what exactly this command does, because in the later we're going to see the grep. So grep is a command, option is -I, and the text that I want to find is needle within a find called haystack. So if I use it, grep -I, let me make it bigger, grep -I want to find the needle from my haystack. See, it find, here's the line of a text with a needle. Text can be easy to work, but needle is pointed. And now what's that? That's why lol. Okay, here we have, this is the commands, which is lsort grep. Then we have, these are the options, -lh, -u, -I, and the finding. And finally we have the argument, which is given as like whatever the directory, the file that you want to look onto it. Alright, so that's what we have in this video, and in the next video we are going to look some more commands. Thank you.